After the pretty spectacular entrance you made at the end of Fast and Furious 6, what was it like stepping in and being able to fully flesh out Shaw in 7 the way you have?
You know, it's a great opportunity, you know. They got a terrific director. James Wan is a super smart, very, very passionate filmmaker, loves what he does, and he was so excited when he told me about the opening. He was like, listen, Jason, I've got this thing, and he stood by the hospital bed, and you're gonna, and he literally painted the picture, and I was like, oh, I love it, I love it. I was like, I don't care if that's the only scene I do. And so, you know, it's great we've got a great filmmaker to be at the helm, and you know, his movies are brilliant, and he knows what he's doing, so you know that he's gonna do some justice to the movie.
Yeah, like you said, this man knows how to make an entrance, Shaw. What do you think separates him from other antagonists that the team have come across?
I don't know. What separates him? I don't know. Everyone's got their own issues, you know. Here's a man who's, you know, driven by you know, blood is thicker than water. You know, you're going to do this to my family. You know, I'm going to show you what family really means. This is what you stand for. Well, guess what? There's another one over here. So, you know, there's some real. I think there's a respect that sort of goes on between the two, because at the end of the day, that's what you stand for. Guess what? I stand for the same thing. But we're going to bang heads, and that's the way it's going to be. So I like that element. I really do. Rather than playing, you know, a silly bad guy that comes in trying to, you know, do indiscriminate damage to a load of bystanders and, you know, try and rob everybody of their money and do stupid bad guy things.
Changes everything when it's personal, no?
Yeah, I think so. People, you know, it's not new, it's not fresh, but it's real. You know, personal is personal, and people relate to that all the time. You know, and people can get behind it.
After your little event at the hospital, the next big action moment is the fight with Hobbs and Shaw.
Yeah.
Can you talk a little bit about what you wanted to bring to that fight? Hobbs is not a guy that you can take down so easily.
It's a bit of an understatement. Yeah, I mean, he's a monster of a man, and you stand in front of him and you just go, Jesus, thank God this is a movie. I mean, he is a colossal, you know, mountain of muscle. And, you know, to be able to fight that with, you know, slug for slug ain't gonna work. So, you know, there's an action choreographer that has a style that he wants to put in, and you have to work with that. And, you know, the style was quicker, faster, moving at a different pace to try and get through the brute force.
And traveling through the office, you're not fighting in one place. You're moving all the way through doors and windows and floors and tables.
Yeah.
There's
ouch is what I remember.
When you have as many fights as you and Dwayne have collectively together on screen, is there a bit of a shorthand?
Totally. You got the nail on the head. Yeah. You just know what's coming. Yeah. You can sort of cut and paste things, take things out. You can put that move in there. It's all a bit of a, you know, what feels right for you. It's easy to change things because it has to feel right. And you know, experience, there's no substitute for that.
And after that, there's no question in the audience's mind that Shaw means business. No?
The what?
That Shaw means business after he does what he does to...
You put Hobbs in hospital, what are you going to do? I'm sure no one could ever do that. Yeah.
Does Shaw, even though his only goal is to take them down, does he develop a grudging respect for this team and what they are able to do?
Of course. Yeah, because you have to. That's what they stand for. And they are pretty damn good at what they do. Yeah.
The third act finale, the face-off between Shaw and Dom on the rooftop, they both choose to put down their weapons. They both could have ended this in a very different way, but they choose not to. What's the reasoning behind that, do you think?
Well, you know, I think the old-fashioned way is the best way, you know. weapons aren't really a great thing. They are if you're on the losing side. But if it's it's just what we call a straightener. It's let's do this man to man. And I think every person out there can only respect people that fight fairly. And there's nothing fairer than the old fisticuffs. So that's the way that happens.
You've been a part of event films, plenty of event films in your career so far, but the anticipation and the excitement globally for Furious 7 is kind of unbelievable, no?
Yeah. I mean, I've never been a part of anything like this because it's so big and it's so, people are just chomping at the bit to get in the cinemas and see it. And I mean, it's got so many elements that are causing, the attraction.
Ladies and gentlemen, you're watching Hey You Guys!
Hey You Guys, huh?
Hey You Guys.
Is that from the Goonies?
It is indeed, yes.
Nice.
Hey